Morning. It's really nice day here. Good morning, Texas. Got cool last night. Wonderful. I just wanted to make a quick video, kind of a rundown, a synopsis. I tried to make it earlier, but it got going on too long. But I'm going to try to break this down as fast and easy as I can. Basically, where we're at and what's happening and what happened. And um, so I believe that this dark forces, the cabal, this stranglehold that's been on the earth for thousands of years was broken. Now, exactly what day it was broken, I don't know. When did that happen? Not sure. It happened probably with maybe 2012 was the date. Um, but at some point, these dark lords were overthrown. So they were dethroned by divine mandate. And what I mean by that is this natural godly energy, this what we call source, um, which is unmanifest, eternal, um, very much similar to our own soul. It's the same stuff. It, it is basically all about freedom, free will, um, love, expansion. And this little pocket of um, creation got caught in this like a web, and these dark forces, these fallen angels or whatever they were, people call them Anunnaki, extraterrestrials, um, reptilians. They're all part of this. Okay, they're part of this crew, and they basically cannibalize and vampire off of human beings is what they've been doing. So this cabal got thrown off their throne. They got dethroned. Like I said, I don't know the details. I don't know how it happened, but these forces of light were sent in. Some people call them the Galactic Council. These ascended masters, whatever they were, whatever they are, they're high level. Okay, so it's like an army. An army has different levels, and the Supreme Commander sent out a mandate and said, "We're going to clean this place up. We're going to free this. The time has come." And the time had come because human consciousness has risen to a certain point. The consciousness of the people was raised enough to be able to hold this energetic field that is required for this transition to occur. It's like almost like a safety. It's like a safety net has to be put in place. When you see a construction of a building, skyscraper, they have safety, right? They have OSHA. So they have safety people come in. They make sure the elevators are safe. They make sure that debris is not going to fall on people's heads. They make people wear helmets. Basically, it's something similar to that. We've been put into a kind of a we're in a deconstruction zone. We're deconstructing the old system, and there's going to be fallout and debris from that. And so there's protections in place. Okay, so this Galactic Council, which I believe is made up of, entities from other star systems, but they are actually relatives to us. So they're related to us. They brought the DNA here to the planet. They seeded the planet. They were kind of the caretakers of the planet until these dark forces came and basically took over and um, and tricked mankind into following them, because we have free will, but it's in a weakened state. It's hard to really exercise free will. You have all these pitfalls. So these fallen demonic energies, angels, they knew the secrets, right? They knew the powers of they knew the power of control, and they knew how to create, and they knew how to you know develop control systems to keep people ensnared and to parasite and feed off of their energy. And I've talked about this before, so I'm not going to go into it anymore. But basically, they subsist on, the human energy because they cannot. They're not connected to source anymore by their own choice. So I believe that President Trump is like a general. He's like a wartime general. He's in charge of the cleanup. So it looks like we're still in a raging battle, right? It looks like we're still like this, but the real battle is over because I believe that Trump never would have been elected to presidency if we weren't ready for this bigger transition, this bigger jump in consciousness. We would have gone down the path of, subjugation and communism and whatever, where you have um, a totalitarian state, which we can see that right now, right? So it's all being shown to us. All of it's being shown. What was planned, what their intentions were. All these things that were called conspiracy theories are no longer being seen as conspiracies because they actually really were happening. And you can see it. You can see these power. You can see the power hungry, the control system. You can see them trying to. They're still trying to ply their trade, right? But it's so obvious now. We can see it with the media. We can see the biasness with the media, the division within the politics. It's just so obviously partisan, and really it's between good and evil. So it's a battle between good and evil, and um, these light forces are giving us the opportunity to wake up, to make our own decisions. So we're being shown uh, we're being shown what's going on. The and there's you can pick a side. You can pick the side that's out destroying and terrorizing people and threatening people and making people bend a knee and wear masks and do all these things, or you can support the other side, which is basically about freedom, about sovereignty, about taking control of your life, doing the right thing, choosing good over evil. It's really quite simple. We've been told it's complicated, but it's actually very simple. And so that's what we're in right now. We're in a transition. It's like after a war, after the final battles. I'm sure like Berlin was a big mess, right? So they came in, they had to police it, they had to. There was probably uh, Nazis that were still running around causing trouble. There was a cleanup process that takes place. I know, I heard stories about when Japan surrendered. Some of the Japanese soldiers never surrendered. They lived on these islands and just, I mean, one guy they found like 30 years later, and he thought the war was still going on. So they never gave up. So that's what we're in right now. We're in this period where there it's a cleanup, but it's the most benevolent kind because it's allowing these things to play themselves out. These characters to expose their um, basically their nefarious intent, and it allows us to see them for what they really are. And it's like a gift. We're being given opportunity to say, okay, I don't want that anymore. That's not for me. I don't want the violence and the negativity and the hate and the division. I don't want that anymore. I want that. I want the other thing. I want the good thing. I want the freedom, the light, the expansion, the growth, the love. Those are the things I want. And so we're really in a really fortunate period because I believe we're being totally protected. We're being totally, we're being given an opportunity to come to these conclusions on our own, just like any good parent would do. You set the stage for your kid. You try to teach them right from wrong. You try to lead by example, and then you turn them loose. I mean, they're going to have to make the decision on their own. You hope they make the choices you would like them to make, but that doesn't necessarily mean they will. But that's what a good parent does, because that's called free will, right? You've got to let them exercise their own independence. And that's what's happening right now is we're being given the opportunity to see the direction we were going. We're being shown that we were on the edge of the cliff, and we're being given the opportunity to step back and choose something else, to do a 180 and go in a different direction. And so my future forecast is that the planet's going to be cleaned up of these dark forces. And when that happens, we'll start to see a lot of really amazing technologies that have been suppressed come out. Um, not all technology is bad. It's just been used against us in a way where it was bad. But we'll see medical revolution. We'll see a revolution in energy. We're going to clean the planet up. We're going to get rid of the pollution. We're going to make it. We're going to make the planet pristine and beautiful again. We're going to protect wild spaces. We're going to do proper forest management. We're going to clean up the dead trees, and so we don't have these catastrophic forest fires. It's gonna be like heaven on earth, right? We're going to transition into a new period, but we're going to be given the opportunity to do it. It's not just going to happen. It's not just going to roll over us and bam, we're in a higher state of consciousness. We're going to be given a choice, to ride that energy to a higher level or not. It's never forced on you. Um, and one thing I want to say is that this, like I said, this is all just paving the way for what's coming. We're not there yet. This is like a transition period. And the souls who have incarnated at this time are here to hold the light and hold the energy. They call them star seeds. Um, but it's basically you're being given an opportunity to hold this energy. And it doesn't necessarily mean you're running around proselytizing to people. Actually, probably the opposite of that. It really means you're just within yourself and you're connecting to source. Um, you may not feel like you're always successful, but just the fact that you have the desire to connect to source puts you at a much higher vibration. And it puts you at a much, much more subtle, more powerful level. And instead of, creating reality based on our own ego, we're going to become like a co-creator with the divine, like a godly creator with the divine. And that's really our place in the universe, is to become this co-creative energy. And it's an awesome opportunity, and I think it's really going to be magical. It's magical right now. I mean, really look at what's going on. I mean, there's so much negativity, so much stuff coming, but then there's all this really great stuff too. It's being juxtaposed, and we're getting the opportunity to choose one or the other. And that's really where we're at right now. We're being given an opportunity, just like any good parent would do. They give their kid the opportunity to step up. Anyway, hope you have a good day.